Here we are, Mrs. Milligan. Mr. Galt, probably the worst lesson I've ever seen made in Connections for Economics. I know I'm not supposed to say it, but it was 32 pages, mostly gobbledygook. I mean, they made something as simple as the labor market seem confusing. Guys, if the job you're wanting has really nice benefits and it's a really cool looking job, well, that means that more people are going to want to do it. That means there's going to be more people trying to get that job, which means that uh, people who pay for the labor, like corporations and businesses, don't have to go and spend like hundreds of $1,000s a year because, hey, if you want to be a solar panelist person and there's 1,000 people wanting that same job, they can maybe go back a little bit on their payment structure. It's just common sense stuff. They made it confusing. Miss Milligan, did my introduction seem confusing, or did you get what I was talking about?
I got what you're talking about. I will point out that in this lesson, a really big part of this lesson is the minimum wage.
Yeah,
And that is something for all of you to know because that is the lowest amount that you can make in a job unless you are a tipped
yeah,
person, then that is different. But so that is important for you to
yeah.
know because if you go to work at Subway or McDonald's, they can't pay you less than minimum wage.
Mhm. That is true, and that's probably one of the few important things in this lesson. Like I said, a lot of this just is common sense stuff. Um, you know, Milligan and I are really trying to focus in on the things that you need to know to get by. If you're an honor student, or if you're somebody who's into this stuff, if you love graphs, go ahead, delve into it. This stuff's fun. You're more than welcome to do that. For everybody else who's just wanting to learn a bit about economics, we are just narrowing it down to exactly what you need to know. And Miss Milligan, what do we use to do that?
We use our note-taking
Da
guide.
da da.
But I do wanna mention, Mr. Galt, don't pass out when you see this lesson is 32 pages.
30.
It is a lot of repeats.
That's
They
what
repeat a lot of the information.
I'm going back to my introduction. Worst lesson I've ever seen made in economics. It should be a 5 page lesson. They turned it into 32 pages. They made the labor market seem confusing, and it's not. It's not. It's just not. So easy things you need to know. Just fill in the blanks right here. Um, it's just silly stuff that you don't have to know. And these are the graphs I was talking about. If you're a graph person, delve into it, enjoy it. That's your thing. If you're a person who just wants to know about labor markets, just you can see the graph, but you just basically need to know why some jobs offer more than other like offer more benefits than other types of jobs. All that in there is way too much space written on that. But it does talk about skilled labor versus unskilled labor. Many of you guys right now who are not going to go to college, you might get an unskilled labor job. And guess what? That's okay if you're working on a job. Because make sure, though, that if you can start unskilled, if you stay at your job, you can get the skills you need to become a skilled laborer to be able to make more money in the long run. Um, Basically, as Ms. Milligan pointed out, the first 7 pages, a lot of information. Pages 8 through 25, just the same information 2 more times. If you're using the lesson study guide, just write some of the things you learned in the box of knowledge right here. Um, and other cool things that you can learn about from this is when you need to negotiate. Sometimes I believe that's in this lesson too. That when you have a job, uh, know your self worth when you go into negotiation to to get your salary. Because I know Mrs. Milligan, when she negotiated to come work for here, she said, "I will only come work if I make twice as much as Mr. Galt," and they gave it to her, and she's worth it.
That's correct. I'm worth every penny.
Yeah, we said this last time, and it's right here. It's all caps. I don't use all caps often. It's right here. You have to get your high school diploma. No matter what Miss Milligan says, you have to get your high school diploma.
Mr. Galt's trying to get me fired.
You make twice as much. All right, guys, this lesson, just get through it. It's going to be fun.
You can do it.
You got it. Bye.